Okay, so this next smoothie is more of a pudding, and as such, we're going to use some even more non-traditional ingredients. This smoothie calls for a young coconut, which is this guy. Young coconuts aren't available everywhere. Typically they're sold in specialty stores, health food stores, or Asian markets. They're going to be the cheapest at Asian markets. And they're called young coconuts because they're not old. They're adolescent coconuts, if you will. So this guy is going to be very old, the meat will be hard, the water won't be very sweet. On the other hand, this young coconut, or Thai coconut as it's sometimes called, is going to have very kind of jelly-like meat, and the water is going to be very sweet. If you can't find either of those for this smoothie, feel free to use coconut cream. And you know, just basically organic coconut in a can. So here are your three options. I prefer this one will do, and as will this. Now I realize that not everybody is going to have access to exotic ingredients like that. And so before we begin, I just want to mention that if you don't have access to exotic ingredients, it's okay to improvise. At the end of the day, it makes no difference what goes into your green smoothie as long as it's fresh fruits and fresh greens. Anything that you put in the blender that's of that specification is going to benefit you immensely. The recipes that I'm showing you are simply just a way for me to show you what's available. You know, one day you can make a coconut pudding, the next day you can make a wheatgrass smoothie, etc., etc. Alright, so let's hop right in and make this green coconut pudding. We're going to throw the spinach in our blender first, get it out of the way. In fact, actually we'll throw in all of the ingredients. That'll give us some room to work with the coconut. We're going to use 2 bananas. Remember, this is a pudding, so this is more of a reward smoothie for you because you've been doing it for 12 whole days. And you're a green smoothie rock star. Yes, you are. When you use dates, make sure that you pit them. You don't want the pits in your brand new awesome Vitamix. Though the Vitamix will pulverize them, it's still not recommended. Alright, so what the heck do we do with this thing and how do we break into it? Okay, so in nature, when you find a coconut growing on a palm tree, it's got a big green husk around it. And so then with machines, they carve that green husk away, and what is left is the inner husk, which is white. So our job here is to get down to the meat and to the water. And the easiest way to do that is with a knife. So you find the point of the coconut, and you just start shaving away some of this husk. The objective here is to get down to the hard shell. And you can even trim some of this around that. It's easy if you have a sharp knife. The husk cuts pretty smoothly, I would say. Okay, so now we see that there is this emerging hard shell. Because this is a young coconut, the shell is not going to be that hard actually. It's not yet developed into the fully woody shell. Here's the somewhat tricky part. You're going to take the end of your knife and you're going to just stab it in, make an incision, and now is another gratifying part. You're basically going to shove the knife in and twist. Boom. And that's how you get into a coconut. So then you have your blender handy. Dump the water in. Grab a teaspoon and just start scooping away and cleaning. Cleaning the, what did I do with that thing just now? So see, I just basically scooped the meat off the husk on the inside. And then you can do the same thing over here. you want to clean it out nicely because you don't want to waste any of this meat. It's very delicious. This one's really making me work for it. Luckily, I know the smoothie's delicious and I don't mind. Alright, so more or less, let's do more than less actually. Coconut's been scraped out. And now we blend. Woohoo! And now we have green coconut pudding. That you can even eat with a spoon. Alright, see you later. I gotta enjoy this.